you live in the Midwest like me and plan to go to Anime Central because, yeah. Or you live farther away and still go to Anime Central because it's one of the bigger conventions in the US. You may have already seen that Bang Zoom Studios will appear along with some other various text underneath. And it shouldn't be a surprise they do this every year. You might have seen one little sentence in their announcement post saying, fans can look forward to open voice acting auditions, exciting panels, and behind-the-scenes insight to the talented team. Wait, open voice acting auditions? How does this work? Hi, I'm Cherry. I participated in last year's open voice acting auditions and tried the year before, but I did not get an early enough slot. And I'm here to try and answer some questions because there's still people asking, even though a lot of this information is around, so hopefully this helps you. Plus, we need more people to join us. Join us and have fun. Make friends. Come! Disclaimer, like I said, I've only done a few times. I've been wanting to do it forever since I started going to Acen. But I've only been able to do it a few times because of my schedule. So hi, if you are here and you have participated before, please put in your thoughts. Did I get something wrong? Leave it down below. If you have your experience or tips for others, please also leave it. I'm all okay with that, I promise. I'll try and pin as many as I can, but I don't think I can do much, so I'll probably try and figure something out. That's for future Cherry to worry about. And while it's not completely useless means to get you fully into the sphere of professional voice acting, it is a good way to kick off your career and get something on your portfolio. Some previous winners that have become bigger names now include Zach Aguilar, who you may know as Tanjiro, or Aether, who won Anime Expo 2014 for Magi. Kevin K. Gomez, who is Keigo in the currently airing Pledge Watch, actually won at Anime Central back in 2018. And Landon McDonald, who is Rompo and Bungo Stray Dogs, was called back at Anime Expo 2015. When researching, I also saw something about Max Millman, whose voices Ito and Ryuji. I couldn't tell if that was true or not, so make your best guess. If someone knows, please let me know. Also, once in a while this is more specifically for the Acen Bang Zoom auditions, they do host auditions at a few other places here and there every so often. And there could be a good chance that this could also go for the same, but I do not want to guarantee that. If you have insight on that too, please, again, leave it below. So how did these auditions get started? Now this is kind of me theorizing from my research, but this was a iteration of something that happened years ago called AX Idol. No, as much as I love idols, not that AX Idol. This is a thing that I remember hearing a little bit when I started to go online, but I totally forgot about until I researched this video. With the earliest iteration of this at Anime Expo 2006, from what I understand, it was pretty much the same situation in a way, but with different prizes. From the AnimeCons.com press release of April 3rd, 2007, Anime Expo Idol was a little competition for voice actors and singers, where everyone got to go up, and they were judged by industry professionals. 10 were selected to perform live in front of a live audience during the events. And there seems to be 2 winners where the future voice of anime got to go to Bang Zooms to receive a tour, sit on a recording session, and have a chance to audition for an upcoming title. While the singer route did about the same, where you got to get invited to the music studio to see how things are done, record a demo, and also given a chance to audition for future recordings. So while it was a completely different thing, the spirit lives on nowadays in the Bang Zoom auditions. And now we get to present day today. Bang Zoom is still doing these auditions every so often. Usually at Anime Central, they have been doing these auditions there since at least 2017, maybe earlier. And the only years they missed were the obvious years of El Panini, so there was no con anyway. Anime Expo has not hosted too many times, but there has been a few times that has been hosted. And even more recently, they went to Texas at Anime Frontier and had another iteration of these panels not that long ago, back at the end of 2024. So it seems the spirit's still the same. You go up, you perform what you need to, but you get to hang out with your other voice actors. So the signing-up process has 2 different ways, if they haven't changed it this year. The first way is closer to the con, either Bang Zoom or Acen, and I think it's usually Bang Zoom, will post something with a link that you can pre-register. Pre-registering just means that it'll be faster for you to go through line. Even if you pre-register, you will have to go in line at the con to sign up. Well, if you don't pre-register, you aren't barred from competing. You just sign up at the con too. You have to give them all your information, everything that could have easily been done online. Now, is there advantage doing one over the other? My personal opinion, no, not really. So to sign up, you come in as the exhibition hall opens. They'll have a time slot for signing up, and this will be in the guidebook. It's currently not in the guidebook at the time of recording. More than likely, they will add later because they are also missing some major events like the masquerade and the formal. But during this time slot, you can come in, sign up. There will be 2 different lines. One will be for those who pre-registered online, and the other for people who have not pre-registered. What they will usually do is they'll take some people from one line first, go for a bit, and then they'll start taking from the other line a bit, and back and forth till the end of the time slot. So that means you could totally not pre-register and still have an early slot. I personally pre-register despite this just because my sanity. After either confirming your pre-register or registering up, you will get a sticker with a number and a letter. Usually with the format, for example, the first one's A1, B13, so on and so forth. These stickers will be put on your badge or somewhere that you can remember on your person because you will need them. And then you're free to roam around the con for an hour or 2 depending on the schedule. Again, once the schedule in the guidebook comes out, please refer to that. It'll be a lot better. So when it comes time, we will all gather at the Bang Zoom area. It is near the front by Acen merch. So because of this, it's obvious this is an open audition. If you don't know how this goes, open auditions are everyone who is auditioning will be in the room watching you audition, while closed auditions only have you and the crew that is either casting or directing the performance or so on and so forth that is absolutely needed. So please keep that in mind. Please don't let it deter you. Yes, it's always nerve-wracking, but it's also kind of fun. But you will not only be performing for yourself in Bang Zoom, you will be performing for everyone else who will be there auditioning, along with any various congoers that are wandering the retailer's hall and wondering what the fuck is going on. So another thing to keep in mind is if the projects are announced ahead of time. I'm not entirely sure. I believe previously at the conventions before pandemic, they usually were able to announce what show they are filling the slot for. Previously, they were able to announce Magi in 2014, Al Noah Zero, March Comes In Like a Lion, and more recently, they've done Undead Unluck. But post-pandemic, this seems to be a less likely occurrence, more than likely because of NDA reasons, which is very valid. So usually you will not be told what show they will be casting this role for these auditions. Hello, Editing Cherry here, realizing there was something I forgot when I was talking about this, which is surprise. Even if we don't know what we're auditioning for, I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, the winner of the audition will always get a part in whatever project they are doing with that. And I believe it is an all-expense paid trip to their studio. For this part, a lot of you who are in the voice acting sphere will already know what the answer is here, but if you're new to voice acting, are open auditions for anime projects normal? Not really. Usually it's a closed kind of deal that they'll come from their roster, they'll send out the audition that way. Sometimes they'll have some sort of small, hey, we're looking for new talent, or it's kind of a know the person to get you in, as bad as it sounds. But open auditions are not normal. This audition with Bang Zoom is one of the rare occurrences. So how do the auditions go? I'll be showing some video footage from Son Goshuaku, who has actually participated in various Anime Central auditions in the years past. This is from his most recent 2024 auditions. I'm so sorry I didn't ask, so I hope you don't mind. I promise. Links to these videos will be below, but it'll be a good indication of how a person's audition will go. So when it comes time for the audition process, everyone will meet up back at the area. There will be some opening words from Bang Zoom, maybe some encouraging words from various voice actors. I think we had Vorifine last year, and the one day that I got to watch the year before because I didn't get to participate was Mac Nolan and Robbie Damon. You'll have some warm-ups, and then it's go time. they'll start calling by letter and number. Usually it will go in order, so they'll call up all the A's first, A1 through, I believe 13 is usually where they stop it at. Everyone will get in line. They will usually also call 2 other numbers that are from later in the auditions, just so they have a chance. So if you do get a later letter and number, have some hope. Don't feel discouraged, but also don't bank on it. There may be a chance you will still go up despite being late. As everyone lines up, bit by bit, everyone will go up to the table. They will have various sides from previous projects they have worked on, various characters and emotions. You'll take one of those sides. You will go and practice it very, very softly to the side, mind you, while others do their auditions. And then when it comes time, you will go up, you will perform your audition at the mic, and hope for the best. Make sure you try to get those nerves down, or at least try and hide them. And that's it. Meanwhile, while you're waiting for your turn, you just wait out in the audience. If for some reason you do have to leave and they call up your number, I think usually it's sorry you missed your chance. So be warned, try and get everything that you need to done before the auditions. The callbacks. There's another part of the audition process called the callbacks. If you're usually in theater and voice acting, you know what that means. But later in the day, they'll have a section for callbacks. I believe both years, I know definitely last year, they had everyone come back and they wouldn't say if you got a callback until that slot, so that people couldn't support their other voice actors, which is both good and bad in my personal opinion. But for the callbacks, they'll go one by one. They'll call up the person. They'll come up. They are given a script, but this time you do not get to pick it. They will also have the video feed and have you do ADR for this part of the audition. For those inexperienced, which I'm hoping most of you aren't, ADR is just matching with the lip flaps. And that's pretty much it. And then they'll go bit by bit till that hour or two is done, doing the callbacks, and that's it. If you ever have questions, they don't have it up for this year, but if you ever have questions, always go to the social media. They will always have up-to-date information. I will link last year's that have some questions answered. And once I post this year's, I will link it below too. Just, it will always be the up-to-date. Easiest thing ever. Hey, just a little reminders, because we know some people will ask, because people have asked before. Do I need a badge to the convention to audition? Unfortunately, and I understand your situation, but you do need a badge because it is in the retailer's hall, which means you do need a badge to go in. So please keep that in mind. You will be having to buy a badge if you do want to audition. Hopefully, you're already there for other reasons, but... And even if you don't get to audition, I highly would recommend going to their panels. They'll have various ones over the weekend. I need to go to more. And there you go. That's the normal thing, at least as far as we know, if they haven't changed it this year, of the Bang Zoom auditions at Acen. I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form. And honestly, I hope you do join us. It is a fun time. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. And as I said before, if you have any tips from previous auditions that you have done before for this, or if I got something wrong and you want to correct it, please don't hesitate. I'd rather get the correct info up. So, again, join us. Join us. Not a lot anymore, am I?